Hopefully the audio sound good. I don't, but either way, man, it's been a minute, so I figured a little bit of time, might as well tap in and talk some basketball with y'all, man. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. So shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder, winning the NBA first NBA championship. Shout out to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and them boys. Hey, they did it, man. The last couple of years they was runners up. You know, they got into the playoffs, had the best record in the league, things like that, and fell apart at the most crucial and most important times, man. They fell apart. So this time around, they was able to get this thing locked in and get the championship. You know what I mean? Not only did they advance in the playoffs, they got themselves a championship. So shout out to them. Shout out to them. Big shout out to them. I know the whole city of Oklahoma going crazy, man. They definitely celebrating, probably still to this moment. Nobody slept, nobody went to work or anything like that. But shout out to them. What do I think about the playoffs so far, or the playoffs this year? I think the playoffs this year was for the most part competitive, man. I mean, obviously we saw some crazy, outrageous, scores, blowouts that, historical type blowouts and things like that taking place. But for the most part, man, the playoffs this year was entertaining. It was something that you saw teams get to places you didn't expect them to go to, and you saw teams getting bumped out that you wasn't expecting to see. So a lot of it got a lot of people looking at this, man, and they just like, damn, like, it's refreshing when you have a new team come and win the championship. It's just unfortunate because the whole time what I was hearing about this playoffs, or at least about the NBA Finals, is that don't nobody want to watch it because you don't have the sexy name teams out there. You don't have the Lakers and Celtics. You don't have the Warriors and Celtics. You don't have, pretty much big market teams, man. You don't have those names, those habitual names you hear that's in the finals and winning championships over the past couple of decades, right? So you had new, complete, fresh blood. What's good with Imani? Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you stopping through. See you in the building. You had these new. He said, "I'm really got touch on ain't no Kobe." Yeah, I definitely got to touch on that too. But you got to see where it was brand new, fresh blood. In other words, man, it was fresh blood we got to see in the finals, new team winning it, so it's refreshing. But the thing is, though, right? Like, it was a thing where you didn't have a lot of eyes on it because people didn't care to tune in to watch the games. I have to say personally, I think they missed a good series, NBA Final Series. One of the best ones we've had over recent years. You had a lot of back and forth. You had a lot of, not controversy, but you had some bad blood by Game 4, where you see these two teams were sick of each other. You know what I mean? It was starting to kind of rear its head, where it wasn't bad blood, but it was just true competitive nature coming out, and you got to see them competing, right? And so when you seeing them getting to compete, what are you getting, bro? You get what's good with a little Robles? Salute to you, man. Appreciate you coming through. My bad, y'all. I'm driving in the rain right now. Salute to y'all in the building, though. Stopping through. So how it do, right? So when you having that whole situation of these two teams that don't have bad blood, but again, the competitive nature is coming out, it was refreshing to see, because a lot of the times what we done seen, man, is you hearing people saying that this day and age of basketball is soft. You're not seeing rivalries. You're not seeing teams come out there, players putting it all on the line. You don't see them competing the same and stuff like that. You're not seeing the same things happen. But in this series, what did I see? I got to see these two teams legitimately get out there, get active, and compete. Like, they was absolutely competing. It's unfortunate that, Halliburton got hurt. Would have loved to see, both teams being as close to 100% as possible, what the outcome could have been. But, injuries is a part of the game, unfortunately. Unfortunately, man. So, LBC said, oh, yeah, you forgetting one thing. No one asked, yeah. I mean, no one asked for the teams, maybe. Lil Robles said, watching, think about KD, headed to Houston. Yeah, bro. Like, we're gonna touch on all that. What's good with the Just Dude? Salute to you, bro. 2 Cent Boxing in the building. Salute to you. Appreciate you coming through. Yeah, we're going to touch on all that. But at first, like I said, I just wanted to give them their kudos, man. Congratulate them for their hard work and finally paying off. Because, like I said, they had the best record the last couple of years. And then when they got to the playoffs, man, they fell off. So this time around, they got the job done. Speedy wishing Halliburton speedy recovery. Hey, him getting hurt sucked the soul out of that team, man. You could tell right away. As soon as it happened, it was all downhill from there. Like nobody was locked in. Nobody really wanted to put their best. I mean, they put their best efforts forward. They kind of regrouped, you know what I mean? But it was a little bit too late at that point. Siakam was balling, but they needed him to do more. What was it? Naismith fouled out. Like, so it was a lot, man. It was a lot of emotion. And for the most part, they wasn't able to contain it to be able to manufacture or manifest that into a championship. But hey, man, that Pacers team showed that they for real. It's not a fluke. They're not joking around. They for real. They knocked off the Knicks. People had the Knicks favorite to win that because Brunson been going off. Karl Anthony Towns, all his sassiness and stuff was still balling. But hey, man, the Pacers came in there and handled business. So shout out to them, man. Wishing them again speedy recovery. I'm sure they're gonna bounce back, and we're gonna see what they're gonna do next year. It's gonna be they're gonna have I would say a much tougher road next year. I can say that much, man. Oh, what's good with it? DS, salute to you, bro. Appreciate you coming through. What's good with it? You said Riv 418 ATX. What's good with it, bro? Yeah, it's one of them things, man. Sweetie Ann Vlog, salute to you. Appreciate you coming through. It's one of them things, man. We done seen a lot of trades pop off in the last 72 hours, man. We seen Porzingis, he getting shipped out of Boston. We seen Drew Holiday, he getting shipped to Portland. Anthony Simmons, not Anthony Simons, he going to Boston. I didn't see that potential trade popping up out of nowhere. Who else we got, man? Obviously the biggest splash, obviously KD going to Houston, and Houston giving up Jalen Green and Dillon Brooks and some picks. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, though. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But one of the things I looked at, man, I said KD going to Houston. It's kind of what he wanted. He wanted a young squad where he can go there and focus on and fill in the gap and the void of what they were missing. They were missing a true go-to scorer who could officially get it and obviously make the shot more efficiently when they needed it. When they needed a go-to bucket, they didn't really have a true He was one of those people, and one game give you 40, the next game give you 4 points. So it was one of the things, man, where he just wasn't efficient, and then the ups and downs was too much. Houston with Ime Udoka and how his coaching style was, he needed efficiency, especially on the offensive end. So he saw KD, the Suns and KD had reached a mutual agreement, wanting to make some changes there. So what did they do? They made the changes. So he said, yo, you glitching? Yeah, my bad, man. I'm driving. It's raining super hard where I'm at. So I probably will be glitching a little bit. My apologies, y'all. Y'all just bear with me. But KD going to Houston I think it's a win-win for both teams, and more so for KD than anything, because he's getting to go somewhere where he has an opportunity to compete for a potential championship, or at least make it to the playoffs and make a splash. Because you got, the Thompson twin there. You got Fred VanVleet, who just locked in a 2-year deal, so he's extended there. Ime Udoka, one of the highest profile coaches in the league. You got Senjun, a big that can do a lot. Jabari Smith, like Junior, you got him there as well. So you got a team that plays fearless. Now I will say, getting rid of Dillon Brooks is a big hit, because Dillon Brooks was kind of, I wouldn't say the de facto on the defensive end. He was more of that big ass gnat or fly that you have at a cookout that's just constantly getting on your nerves, right? So he also cost them situations, games or moments and stuff like that too. So it was hit or miss with Dillon Brooks. More so, he was needed for his defense. Offensively, I mean, he sprinkled a couple of games here and there where he'll knock down a couple of shots and things like that. But for the most part, you ain't really paying Dillon too much. But again, defensively, he's like a Pat Beverly. And that's no shot of disrespect to Pat Beverly. Pat Bev legitimately can play defense, but he's more of like an irritant on the defensive end. Dillon Brooks is a bigger version of Pat Bev. But Pat Bev, again, it's one of them things, man, when you being honest and calling it down the middle, that's what I see, and that's my take, that's my opinion. I view Dillon Brooks as a bigger version of Pat Beverly. Except for Pat Bev keeps it more so in between the lines of basketball and more on the cleaner side. He just irritates the hell out of you because he's an irritant. Dillon Brooks will mess around and try to hurt you. You know what I mean? Like he one of them players that if you playing open pickup somewhere or at a park, and you go up to, you know what I'm saying, for a layup or dunk or something, he might try and undercut you. So he the dude you might end up fighting on the court, type of thing. And it's well deserved because again, he's an irritant, but he also is a semi kind of dirty player that's gonna mess around and get you hurt. Let's be honest. So Houston was like, you know what, let's get him up out of here. You know what I'm saying? We got the Thompson twin, who was an absolute dog, who's a phenomenal two-way player. Again, Jabari Smith, same thing, two-way player. So Houston pulled the trigger. They brought in KD. KD gonna come in there. He's gonna fill the void as them. He's a mid-range assassin. Obviously, we know KD can knock down the three ball if he get hot. So he's just a easy money sniper. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense that being his name, because he's a walking bucket at any given moment. And again, y'all pardon me, I'm driving in the rain, so if I miss some people, my apologies, but salute to everybody pulling up, man, and rock it out with me. Just again, a pop-up live I had some time, so I was like, no, I ain't been live in a minute. Let me pull up this thing and jump on here, man. But Monty said, you right, Green, Brooks, and the 10th year in the yeah, exactly, bro. Little Roller said, can you grab the cameraman for Lamar Jackson edit? I know, bro, I know. Bruce Gas, what's good with it, man? Salute to you, appreciate you coming through. D1 said, what's good with it, bro? Salute to you coming through as well, man. So like I said, I'm driving in the rain. I might miss a couple people, but I wanted to hop on and cook. It's been a minute. A lot been going on in the NBA world, so we're going to touch and cook on it, man. So, but back to the Houston thing. The Suns, I think with the Suns, to be honest with you, Jalen Green coming there, another scoring option is how I look at it. I wouldn't look at him and say he's going to fill KD's shoes, because obviously KD, that's tough shoes to fill. Again, very efficient scorer, 7-footer, can ball out. And that's all he want to do is hoop. You know what I'm saying? If he's healthy, he hooping. That's the only thing. Jalen Green, he got to get his mind together, man. He gotta get out there and focus on his craft. That's the best thing I can say. Focus on your craft. He doing all this other stuff, painting his nails and wanting to be a rock star and all this other stuff. That's cool, man. But hey, focus on your craft, bro. Because if you mess around and continue to be this player that falls into this realm of, you know, he has a potential to get, if he's hot, he's good. If not, you know what I'm saying, he's not going to be on the court. You don't, I know he's young, but you don't want to have that being the stigma or your reputation around the league. That's what you don't want. So for him, focus on your craft, bro. Dillon Brooks going to the Suns, I would think the Suns are probably going to keep him, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if they moved on from Jalen Green, but I would think they'll keep Dillon just because it's his defensive prowess or irritation prowess, however you want to dub him as. I think that's going to be a reason why they keep him. But shout out to them, man. We gonna see some more trades coming. I'm hearing and seeing about Jaylen Brown is one of the people, one of the names that's being thrown around as a potential might be on the move type thing, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't think the Celtics would really give up Jaylen Brown unless it was something that was like you couldn't really refuse the offer that was being made type thing. That's the thing I can say. I don't really see that being the thing, man. LaRola said, he said, hey, yo, I'm a Rockets fan. Hey, Rockets is looking very, very dangerous, bro. Like, very dangerous. I have to admit. With them snatching KD, it changes the landscape a little bit for them, just because now it puts a little bit more added pressure. Before, there was no pressure at all. It was just more, you know what I'm saying, they were going to be playing, you know, who could they upset, or, you know what I'm saying, where could they come in and make an impact. Now, it's, nah, bro, there's expectations that's going to come with you adding KD because you're locking in Fred VanVleet. You got your head coach. We all know, you know what I'm saying, Ime Udoka is one of them coaches. And then the rest of your squad, they dogs as well. So now it comes with, you know what I'm saying, with some expectations. But we going to have to wait and see. Definitely going to have to wait and see how it turned out, man. DS and ATL with that Porzingis and Trae Young. If I'm being honest with you, bro, with Porzingis going to Atlanta, but at the same time, they still, like, doctors are still trying to figure out what the hell is going on with Porzingis as far as, like, why he's still unhealthy. That would be more concerning to me than the excitement of thinking that they got a 1-2 punch that's going to make a big, big difference. That's just me being honest. Because when I look at the lay of the land with how, you know what I'm saying, like Trae Young being an undersized guard, I don't really see him making a big difference, bro. Like honestly, like Trae Young he's a bucket. Don't get me wrong, bucket can you know what I'm saying, definitely pass the rock. Leading one of the leading assists. I think he was the lead. I think he did lead the league in assists, or he's one of the leading assisters, whichever you want to put it. But either way, them two being a 1-2 punch, I don't see that being as dangerous as people gonna think. Because one, you got to get Porzingis to stay healthy, and him staying healthy consistently, I just don't necessarily really see it. Just because again, doctors can't really even figure out what exactly it is of why, you know what I'm saying, like what's going on with his health. Like it's still coming out to this day, like right now. They don't know what's going on with Porzingis. And for me, if I was Atlanta, like that would be a red flag, bro. Personally. What's good with it, Derek? Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you coming through. He said, bro, he said you spot on. I was waiting for you to speak on this. He said this doesn't need an Atlanta. They need a better number one. Yeah, bro. Like for me, if I was Atlanta, I would have rather have kept DeJounte Murray and teamed him with the Porzingis than I would a Trae Young. Because I mean, Porzingis ain't really no true lob threat like that. Yeah, I know you still have what's my man's name? You still got what's my man? He ran with James Harden in Houston. Damn, I can't remember his name. But y'all know who I'm talking about, the big. Somebody in the chat help me out, man. I'm drawing a blank on his name. But the big that they have there, right? Man, I cannot remember his damn name. He said agreed Porzingis will be hurt most of the season. Clint Capella, there you go. Appreciate you, Derek. Yeah, Clint Capella, like they still got him as a big. So if they're gonna be running a tandem of a 1-2 punch, then that changes the landscape a lot. If they got Porzingis at the 4 and Capella at the 5, that changes some things. Then you kind of can sway me in the fact of thinking that Atlanta might be a little bit of a threat. Reason being is we know Porzingis prefers to be on the outside now. His second rim he did for the Knicks, or you know what I'm saying, where he was crashing them boards like recklessly, you know, is over with. Now he's a stretch big. He want to shoot threes or mid range. He's not going to be attacked being your leader. Like I just don't see him being able to lead a team to whether it be a championship or a deep playoff run. I know he did it that one year against the Sixers, and it was like, but that was more Ben Simmons kind of, you know what I'm saying, doing what he did. But as far as like when I look at them, I don't see them as like a real threat in the East. Not at all. Not at all. Clickabell said, what's your honest opinion on Alfred Sengun? I like Sengun. I like him because he got in the back down. He can hoop, and he just come to hoop. Like that dude don't care. He don't care about the optics of who he playing against. He don't care about the name on the other side with the jersey. He don't care nothing about any of that. Like his thing is, I'm gonna give you a bucket. You're gonna have to stop me. So I like Sengun a lot personally. Monty Brown said they saying Capella coming to LA. Hey man, I like it. I was trying to think how I want to put it. I like it because again, Luka needs a lob threat. Luka needs a lively or gaffer. He needs that in order for him to kind of really, you know, tap into his full potential of how he plays. I would say his most successful brand of basketball. He needs that. Jackson Hayes is there. Not sure exactly what happened with him and JJ Redick, why Redick decided to bench that man in the playoffs and went away from him and just completely just DNP'd him like that. I don't know exactly what happened. But if I'm being honest though, like I think JJ should have gave him another opportunity because he may not be the smartest player when it comes, let's say, guarding a Jokic or anything like that. But he's still athletic enough to make up for the mistakes and the errors he may make. He's still athletic enough to go. He gonna protect the rim and he gonna rim run for you. And he gonna give you energy. That's one thing he gonna do. If they was gonna treat him like that, bro, I would have rather than brought back Dwight Howard and gave him some of those energy minutes or something, bro. Like I still can't wrap my mind around, can't understand how they did it, but here's what it is, man. DS said the Mavs got Cooper Flag and the next got young talent. Yeah. And I'm gonna keep hopscotching topics because, like I said, I wanted to hop on and talk about everything. So the more y'all throw at me, I'm gonna cook on each and every one of them. So Cooper Flag, right? He coming into a situation, bro, where it's a win-win for him. He gonna be playing minutes. and he gonna be given the grace to make mistakes and error along the way. Why? Because he got a hell of a team surrounding him. Kyrie, when he comes back from, you know what I'm saying, his injury, we know what Kyrie gets, you know, what he brings to the table. Klay Thompson is still there as a knockdown shooter. You still got AD, again, who was showing the Mavs fans like, hey, I know Luka was y'all guy, but don't treat me like I'm some bum. You know what I mean? I'm still AD at the end of the day. I give you everything on both sides of the ball, and I'm a force to be reckoned with, one of the best leagues that have never touched the ball in this league. So AD had to remind him a little bit, right? He still got a hell of a coach and what's my guy, J Kidd. So it's a thing where Cooper Flag gonna come in, he gonna be able to play the 3 guard, he gonna fill into the 3 guard position right away. And I say 3 guard because Klay is at the 2, obviously Kyrie at the 1, AD at the 4. I'm sorry, let me repeat that. Kyrie at the 1, Klay at the 2, Cooper Flag at the 3, AD at the 4, and then you're gonna have to go with Lively or Gafford at the 5 because AD does not want to play the 5. So that's your lineup right there. And if there's any math fans in here, you can absolutely correct me if I'm wrong. Who would play over Cooper Flag at the 3 for that team? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. PJ Washington is more of a 4 than he is a 3, right? He can knock down shots, don't get me wrong, but I think the Mavs are going to go with the potential and upside when it comes to Cooper Flag. Obviously, you guys, Cooper Flag was playing, you know, he was one of the scrimmage guys for Team USA, so he got a little bit of experience playing against NBA players, but when you playing against NBA players, when you got something on the line, it's a little bit different. That game time speed is different from when they playing pickup ball or going through scrimmage. It's a little bit different. So we're going to have to wait and see how Cooper is doing, but I think the Mavs is going to start him if you want me to be honest with y'all. But if Clint Capella going to LA, I like it. I mean, there ain't too many, you know what I'm saying, bigs now that's available. Ain't no way that LA could have sniped a Gafford or a Lively, you know what I'm saying, a rim running big. Old boy for the Hornets is going, he's going to, where the hell is he going? I forgot, he going Williams. I can't remember his first name, but he got shipped out of the Hornets, so he no longer on the table because we all know how that trade issue went down. So yeah, bro, it's one of them things. And my brother Derek said, you know, I got you, bro. And Red benched everyone, yeah, bro, pretty much benched everyone and got benched right up out the playoffs. Lil Robot said, "Where you headed?" I'm headed to the crib, man. Headed back to the house. Had to take the car to go get some. Y'all know y'all get that film put on your protective film put on your car where it's like certain parts of your car to keep it from, you know, when you're in Minnesota, you know what I'm saying, that snow is no joke, but to keep rust areas or from chipping and things like that, I had to take it to go get some stuff replaced. So I headed back to the house, man. Brother Derek said, he said, I can speak to it. He said, because PJ knows the system to start, and he was like, they will go with PJ. But then quickly, Cooper does it, not sure much of a shooter. He'll be at 3, but it'll be fun to watch. Yeah, appreciate you speaking to it. Because I was like, yeah, bro, I wasn't 100% sure, like, how that's going to go, right? But either way, I think that's going to be, it's a good problem to have when you got a rookie, number 1 all draft pick coming in that, you know what I'm saying, he's a number 1 draft pick, but also a lot of hype behind him and the potential upside that he has as well, right? But then you already got a solidified player in PJ Washington who's shown you he can knock down shots and he can ball out in the biggest moments. He's shown you those things. So it's going to be interesting to see. I can't remember the last time I've seen a number 1 pick not either start or play heavy minutes. It's been a minute, right? At least one that hasn't had this type of hype in a long time. Brother Monty Brown said, Marvin Williams, appreciate you. Yeah, I couldn't remember his first name at all. It's the life of me. Diaz said JJ Redick messed up royally. Yeah, bro. He just I don't know what to call that, man. He got out-coached. A lot of people was asking me how I feel about it. I said he got out-coached. He got exposed. Ain't no way in hell you could be playing a 192-year-old LeBron James as if this man is in year 6 instead of year 49. Ain't no way, bro. Like, he playing the whole, whole second half or damn near whole game. Like, I know LeBron is a freak of nature when it comes to his endurance and things like that, but, hey, Father Time is undefeated. That saying is around for a reason, bro. Like, you going to get tired. It just, I don't know, man. His inability to take advantage energy guys and giving other players an opportunity, he just got exposed. You're surrounded by a lot of veteran, former head coaches, and you decided not to listen to any of them when they was giving you advice on what you should be doing. You decided not to do it. I didn't like that. That just he got exposed to me as a coach. That's my personal opinion. Derek said Cooper's a great white hope for the Dallas since they let Luka go. He said he's just the best situation. Yeah, and that's true, bro. Like, I had somebody else tell me that they feel that's why the Mavs fans was more upset than anything. And I was like, hey, man, there can be some truth to that. What's good with it, Demetrius Bright? Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate that, man. Blessings to you and your family as well, bro. Yeah, it's one of the things, man, where Coop gonna have an opportunity to shine big time being on this Mavs team, bro. It's just up to him staying the course, staying focused in the offseason, putting in the work, and coming out and showcasing your talent, bro. The reason why you went number 1 overall in the draft pick. And somebody was like, hey, did you watch the draft pick? I didn't watch the draft at all. I'm not gonna lie to none of y'all. I did not watch it, bro. I was spending time with the fam and playing with the kids, man, and hanging out, bro. Like I've been doing, man. Tapped out of YouTube for a minute, hanging out with the fam, working. You know what I'm saying? Living life, taking care of responsibilities, man. So stepped away from it for a little bit, but the love for the game, that never diminishes, man. I love talking basketball. Any of y'all that know me, especially on a personal tip, know I love talking basketball. Me and my brother Derek, hey, we messaging all the time about basketball, different things, different either talking points, all type of stuff, man. We be talking about everything, bro. So I love talking basketball. I love watching it. I got to watch this NBA Finals, and I was thoroughly excited and impressed again with the competitiveness of it. Even though nobody didn't ask for it, nobody didn't ask to have them two names in the finals, I was happy because I was seeing people compete, absolutely compete. Brother Derek said, you already know, basketball all day, every day, facts, all facts. So I was happy to see it, man. But are we gonna see any one of these two teams next year in the finals? Whoo! If I was to give a team a slight edge to make it back to the finals, I would have to probably say OKC. But even then, it's going to be an uphill battle, bro. Because if the teams, and I hate to say it, but the biggest caveat that comes with it, if the teams in the West are healthy, keyword, teams in the West are healthy, OKC got their hands full. Now, you can say the same thing about the East. I mean, obviously, you saw the injuries that were taking place over there. Like, so it's the thing where health is, again, a major thing. But also in the same breath, you're saying health is a major thing. You also have to keep in mind is that health, injuries are a part of the game as well. So you're going to have players getting injured. It's just a matter of when it happens. It happens at the most opportune time. That's when you're just like, damn, like, it's unfortunate. We did not get to see them at their, at their full capacity. We didn't get to see them fully healthy. Now, when you get to the NBA Finals, no team is 100% healthy. Let's be honest. And if you speak to any players, they're going to tell you the same thing. No team is 100% healthy. All these players is dealing with some type of knick-knack injury that they fighting or dealing with. So we're going to have to wait and see. But if I was between the two, I would get OKC to nod and say that I would see them making it back. But it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough because there's a lot of movement that's happening or about to happen. I mean, again, we've seen the big trades already taking place. It's definitely not over with, definitely not done. Again, this is the past 72 hours, and we're seeing all these trades taking place. So it's going to be a thing to see. I cannot wait to see how it plays out, what other things is happening. Everybody is waiting to see, is Giannis going to end up going somewhere? Man, Giannis don't. Hey, shout out to Giannis and his camp, bro. They play it as tight as the vest as you can possibly get it. You don't get no information out of that camp whatsoever. Only thing you get is once papers is signed, and that's it. His last few extensions that he signed, you didn't hear him say not a word. He go 0 dark 30. You know what I'm saying? He go absolute black ops covert when it comes to his camp, extension, anything of the sort. You don't hear nothing from him. It's just when it's done and it's to be announced, that's when you hear about it. So shout out to him and his camp for definitely keeping things, signed, sealed, and delivered over there. Because everybody else, man, they like the optics of their name being out there, controversy. little innuendos or indirect shots at whether it be at the organization or applying pressure to the organization or team to bring in, marquee names or big names or stuff like that. Shout out to him. You know what I mean? Like they lip seal and they just work. It's a few other players that's like that as well, man. But a lot of the players nowadays, bro, they like to take that little back door as far as utilizing social media to apply pressure to their organization to try and make some trades happen and things like that. Brother Derek said this type of finals where for us to the pure basketball purists, love of the game, you didn't have to get big time names. Exactly, bro. He said the NBA is most wide open to ever been. He said typically know which team or exactly, bro. And that's what I'm saying. I 100% agree with that. It's definitely one of those things where it was refreshing to see new names. It was also refreshing to see people out, or teams out, not only teams, but players out there trying to make a name for themselves and make history. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of the things when you look at it and you say, damn, like, the Oklahoma City Thunder just won a championship. They did something that, and y'all, imagine this. They did something that Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Serge Ibaka, Perk, Big Perk, anyone else you can think of that they couldn't do. And this team that only has SGA as a big marquee name. Obviously, you got a former NBA champion, Alex Caruso, the Caruso. Let me correct that. The Caruso, who has won a championship with the Lakers in the bubble, obviously. But those are only the two names that's more known. Even though you had, you know what I'm saying, Dub, you know what I'm saying, J-Dub when he was an all-star. You even had him being an all-star. The only name that people were talking about was SGA. And guess what he did? He went out there and he won himself a chip. And now people gotta, you know what I'm saying, look at that team and say, damn, like, they did something that the other team couldn't do. I would have never thought in a million years that we would be hearing about OKC, first off, making it back to the finals, secondly, winning an NBA championship, and you not having a big marquee name. Shout out to SGA. A lot of people going to say, hey, they hate that man because all he do is get to the free throw line and what have you and all that. Like he said, bro, it's only an issue in the finals now, or you giving their favorite players these buckets and you get into the foul line, but nobody was saying to Pete when he was out there averaging more free throws a game against nobodies when he wasn't playing for anything. Man got a point. Diaz said that's crazy. Derek said the 2012, 2016 OKC teams had to go up against a lot of talent. He said still the Dirt, Code, Young Warriors, and all the West. That is an absolute fact, bro. That is a fact. They did have to go up against some crazy teams, man. They went up against that Miami Heat team that was just, yeah. Derek said, and when they got out the West, yeah. You're definitely right, bro. They had to go up against a powerhouse and a big three that, like, Dirk and them boys had to go in there and finesse them to get that. After that, man, it was over with. It was over with. It was good with a quick salute to you. Appreciate you coming through. Derek said, let's not forget the Kawhi Spurs. Yeah, bro. That's the thing, man. Like that. So you got a point when you say the talent they went up against. I 100% agree. I agree with the talent they went up against. But at the same time, bro, like, hey, if they is who we think they is, they should have been able to get the job done. Also, but again, that was some powerhouse teams they was going up against, bro. Definitely. So I can't wait to see what next year unfold, man. What they're able to unpack and what they're able to bring to the building, and what they can do. I'm excited to see it, man. I cannot wait to see it. Cannot wait. But like I said, everything that's going on, man, it's gonna be some more names being thrown around, right? Who else name, man? They was talking about damn, there's one more big marquee name, bro. Well, Drew Holiday not happy. He not happy he being sent to Portland, so we can be on the lookout for him. I think Portland might, even though Chauncey is there and Chauncey want to have him there to be able to help that young squad and things like that, and the veteran leadership that Drew Holiday bring. I think Drew Holiday gonna be up out of there too. Personally, that's just my personal opinion. I think they gonna move him somewhere. Not 100% sure where, but they gonna move him somewhere because let's not get it twisted. Drew Holiday is a high commodity player that teams will make the trade for to bring him to their team because Drew Holiday is a point guard that I would want on my team. Can handle the rock. Hell of a defender. Is known for his defense and can give you buckets on the offensive end as well. So for me, I would want him on my team. That's just me personally. But I bet there's going to be some teams that's going to be coming to Portland offering, you know what I'm saying, for his service, looking to make some trades and trying to do something to make that happen. I guarantee it. I would be shocked if he's wearing a Trailblazers jersey by the beginning of the season. That's just my personal opinion. Who else we got, man? Aiden. I don't know what they're going to do with Aiden in Portland. That's just one of the things, man. He there. I don't know how many teams is going to kind of be looking for him. Paul George with Philly. I don't know if Philly going to pay that man to go home or they going to bring him back, but Paul George got to have a resurgence, bro. Like, my man's done fell off in a way where it's like, bro, like, he ain't even like, you don't even look at him as a number 2 threat no more, bro. Like, when you got a rookie on that team that people are game scheming for or game planning, or you giving the ball to that rookie in crunch moments and stuff like that, like, that speaks volumes, bro. And then you got Joel Embiid, who I don't know, they got an APB out on him, bro. Like, I don't know what to say about Embiid. Embiid done gave that city everything, including his body. My man was whole left side of his body was numb. My man had a two-faced look to him, like everything. Still out there trying to get buckets. I think his tenureship in Philly has checked out. I think it's time to go ahead and hit the check button and move on. I hate to say it, but I think it might be time. But when it come to Paul George, yeah, bro, we got to see something, PG. Like, you can't, like, you got the cachet from your previous accomplishments to be telling these up and coming players like an Ace Bailey that you ain't got the cachet to not be working out for teams, like you're not in that position. I can agree with that. But also in the same token, like, a lot of people saying, hey, don't shoot the message, or don't shoot the message, don't shoot the messenger, shoot the message. A lot of people saying, nah, don't shoot the message, shoot the messenger in this situation, because it's PG saying it. PG, you gotta come back out here, man, and show them, man. Make them put some respect back on your name, bro. DS said, hey, what's your thoughts on the Clippers? Brother, if the Clippers are a dangerous team as long as Kawhi and Harden are healthy, because Kawhi is still one of them. Kawhi can still give you buckets at an elite level, and he can lock up people at an elite level as well. So Clippers are still the Clippers, bro. It's just a matter, they got to lock in and stay healthy. That's it. And don't be surprised if they bring in somebody else to kind of help with what they going over there as well. What's good with it, Teach? He said, how's the draft? Bro, I ain't even watched. I haven't watched one minute of the draft at all. I'm just being honest. I ain't watched it. It's rare that I watch any of the drafts. Just because a lot happens on draft day, bro. Like, you see in my Lakers, they traded their draft to, who the hell was that, man? They just traded their drafts to another team for whatever odd reason. So a lot can happen in the draft. But when you got veteran teams, the only thing they do is they start just moving draft picks. They don't really look to make a splash in the draft at all. T said, I peeped a little last night. Yeah, I didn't watch it at all, bro. I've been spending time with the family, working, and getting resettled in, moved back to Minnesota. So getting the crib all situated and stuff like that. So that's the only thing I've been doing, man, is that. So that's why I've been MIA. A couple of videos I did drop. Y'all heard my kids in the background, had them outside playing when the weather was nice, letting them run around and all that stuff, man, and just spending time with the family. That's it. But yeah, I'm excited to see next year how it wrap up, though. I'm excited to see how all the new draftees do. Let's see if Coop, you know what I'm saying, if Cooper Flag is one of them ones, or if the hype is real or not. You know what I mean? Let's see. But for me, I give a lot of the rookies and stuff like that, I give them a couple of years to kind of like get settled in, to gain speed, you know, it's NBA speed, things like that. She said, cool, family man, yeah, bro, gotta be. I give them a couple of years to get settled in, to show like what can they do, get comfortable again with the game speed, because a lot of people don't understand these NBA players, when they playing pickup games, or even scrimmages, they're not going full speed. None of them are, right? So you got to get used to the fact that when they start going full speed, when they're making defensive reads, hard cuts, drawing up these plays, they go into the rim with bad intentions, things like that. It's a different ball game when you got stuff on the line. When you got a game on the line, win because you kind of either whether it be having a good record, you are on the brink of 500, potential play-in or playoff berth, separation of games and stuff like that. Like those games mean something, so they play at different speeds. So we're gonna have to wait and see how all these players, you know what I'm saying, that's them played against these NBA players in scrimmages or things like that, or what have you. We're gonna have to wait and see how they do. We gotta wait and see. But for me, I'm like, I get them a couple years. It's only been, I would say, probably the last, pretty much since damn near since LeBron, bro. Let's be honest. Like LeBron hype coming out of high school, then you had the next hype of Zion, then you had Wemby. So I'm hopscotching over names. There's probably other players, but I'm thinking of big marquee names that had a lot of buzz behind it. It probably literally is LeBron, and then you go Zion, then you go Wemby, where it was like people, like they came in with a very high expectation, and they responded to the expectation by showcasing like they belong. And again, y'all can correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure there's other players, but those are the three names that come to mind for me where I'm thinking of right off the gate, like that had expectations coming in. But and they responded to those expectations. So that's where we at with that. Now the Spurs, bruh, that's gonna be a team to look out for. De'Aaron Fox gets healthy. Wemby obviously is there. I like Castle a lot. Like, bro, that team is gonna be a team in the West to look out for. Absolute team to look out for in the West. People gonna say, A1, you ain't talked about your Lakers being a threat, nothing like that, bro. My Lakers is in a. I'm not a delusional. I'm a diehard Lakers fan, but I'm not delusional about my fandom. They gonna have to show me. I'm at the point now where we're gonna have to show. We're gonna have to pop out and show people we are who we think we are, and we are who we're supposed to be. We gonna have to show people. All that talking, nah. Like I said, when you got a 200-year-old LeBron out there, you got Luka who is 22 with a 67-year-old body. Like we got to see my man's in shape. We got to see him in shape. We got to see what everybody else is gonna look like. Austin Reeves is being brought up in conversations as a potential trade for landing someone else. There's a lot going on, man, and a lot of teams is looking at it like they saying, okay, we gonna give up something. We gonna go for a win now, while at the same time trying to maintain some relevancy in the future. I think that's what a lot of team models is kind of trying to do. Is taking that vantage point, which to me personally, I think it makes a lot of sense to do that, because it's like right now, bro, like you almost want to get in on a win now, because we're seeing so many different injuries happen to big name players. Dame, Achilles, gone. Halliburton, Achilles, gone. Like, you've seen these players get hurt, bro, and it's in a situation where it's like tomorrow and the future is never promised. You want to try and get you a chip now and retool to stay relevant. And I think that's what a lot of teams are doing to make sure, like, they give themselves an opportunity. Because if you mess around and let's just say you mess around and do all these, or you get this team and it's a bunch of like old people went down, so people get hurt, you can kiss your opportunity goodbye, right? You building for the future, somebody get hurt, and you losing in the meantime. You losing your fan base, you losing player morale, you losing people that wanna partake and be a part of the squad and things like that. You losing more than you think you are. So it's like the thing you want to do is give yourself an opportunity to win, right? Like, give yourself the best win now. Give yourself the best opportunity to win in the near future, right? And a lot of them don't. A lot of these teams, bro, like, they're doing things either being hasty, being desperate, not really planning it right. I mean, I'll take the OKC Thunder, for example. They built for the future to be relevant for the next 60 years, bro. And with Sam Presti, did a hell of a job all the way back Again, we all know what he's been doing, and people been saying hell of a GM, hell of a this and that, but it didn't result in any championships happening. For me, if he wouldn't have won this year, I think OKC would have moved on from him. Even though he got them a thousand first round draft picks and things like that, at the end of the day, they would need to win that championship for him to not be gone. Because you can have all these stocks and draft picks and stuff like that, but if it's not resulting in wins, then it's like, bro, like, okay, like at some point you're gonna start losing your fan base, you're gonna start losing more than that, and at that point you're gonna be like, all right, something gotta change. Something gotta change. We see the shakeup they made as far as players they brought in and got rid of and stuff like that, but you're gonna look at it and say something gotta change. What's good with the PJ's Big Dog? Salute to you, man. Appreciate you coming through. T said OKC surprised me this season. They didn't surprise me because they've been knocking at the door the last couple of years. Again, having the best record in the West or overall in the league and stuff like that, but then just coming into the playoffs and they come up short. Same thing with the Celtics. Celtics were knocking at the door for how many years in a row until they finally had a breakthrough. And what did they do? The Celtics got a championship. But they were knocking at the door for a few years in a row where literally they made it to the playoffs, made a deep playoff push, got bounced. Then they got bounced again. Then it was made it to the finals. Then you lose to the Warriors with Steph going absolutely berserk in the finals. And then obviously next year after that, they retour, regroup, and they played with a edge to them that was, this is our year. I don't give a damn. Nobody gonna beat us. They're not gonna take this from us. We gonna win. Period. Point blank and period. And guess what happened? They won, right? So same thing with OKC. They was knocking at the door. They was losing. They were coming up short, and it was, all right, now it's time to get out the pot. So what did they do? They locked in and they got the job done. Shout out to them. What's good with the dub right side? Salute to you, bro. Salute to you. Appreciate you coming through. I was talking about your Atlanta Hawks earlier and talking about this 1-2 punch of Porzingis and Trae Young, but the only issue I got to see with it, man, is Porzingis staying healthy. Trae Young can ball out, bro, but being an undersized guard in this league, it's tough, bro. It's tough. And they gave up Hunter. They sent him to the Cavs. Like, bro, it's tough, man. It's gonna be tough sledding for them. I think they gonna have to do something. They're gonna have to do something. He said, yes, regular season is different. All comes down to the playoff season. That's a fact, bro. When it come down to the playoffs, I would say the most healthiest team wins 9 times out of 10. And no team is 100% healthy at, when we reach the playoffs, or at least I know for sure when we reach the finals, no team is 100% healthy. No player is 100% healthy. But the playoffs, you might have to be, same thing. No player or team is 100% healthy. But at the same time, it's like you got to understand how to rest within the game, and you got to utilize the entirety of your team to ensure that everyone is ready to step up in that moment, right? That's what good coaches do. That's what good teams do. They ensure if they go, let's say 9 deep on the bench, that next player up gonna have that next player up mentality. They gonna come in and shine in a moment. But when you have a situation where you ain't played nobody, you've been playing a Tom Thibodeau type of thing where you playing 6-7 guys the entire year, and then you try to go 8-9-9-man rotation, it's not gonna sit well, bro. I mean, I know they say stay ready so you don't have to get ready, but at the same time, when you not getting no clock all year long, and then you get called to go in and knock down a shot, and you ain't even played a minute of the game, man, what the hell you think gonna happen, bro? You gonna be like, bro, like, come on, man. And Tom Thibodeau, yeah, man, like that playing your star. I know it's a 46 or 48 minute game. Tom Thibodeau played his starters 60 minutes. And it's only a 46 to 48 minute game, bro. 48 minute game. And he plays this player 60 minutes. How is that even possible? My man be having him out there going full speed in warm-ups. Like, come on, man. Like, at some point, bro, this started with Derrick Rose. You ran that man into the ground. Then you run Jalen Brunson into the ground. Then you run your other players into the ground. Like, how do you not see who tired, bro? Like, they should go check that man's eyes. Like, we need Tom Thibodeau to go get an eye exam. We need to understand and see if this man's eyes are shot or not. That's what we need to do. We need to check his eyes, period. Because that man, like, bro, like, I was like, bro, like, when that man had Anthony Edwards, same thing. Ran that man into the ground. I'm like, all right, at some point, bro, like, you got to be able to utilize more of your bench. Dub Rice said, big guard, you're going to be putting hands on ice. Trey and saying, Facts, bro. I'm like, bro, like Tom Thibodeau, man. I don't know, man. That man need to change his name to Tom Run him into the ground Tibbs, man. If that dude run anybody and everything into the ground, bro, like it's wild to me, absolutely wild, man. But but yeah, man. So like I said, I wasn't planning to stay on too long, bro. I pretty much reached an hour. That was the whole drive I had from where I was going back to the crib, and wanted to tap in with y'all, talk some basketball. I got some videos that's gonna be dropping a little bit more in depth, talking about the things that's happening. All this is off the top of the dome of stuff I was seeing and looking at, watching things like that. So I'm definitely gonna tap back in and get things back to going. To talk this good basketball with y'all, man. I didn't cover too much of the playoffs. Didn't cover the finals. I took that time to soak it in, enjoy the moment, watch the games, and just be a fan. To look at it from a whole fan perspective from that standpoint. So that's what I did. T said there was no need for Brunson to be playing that much, bruh. He said I wanted bench players to take a comfortable lead in game one against the Pacers, and he brought Brunson out again and ruined it. Yep. He said I watched the bench correct. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Like that man. Like I don't know who the hell be helping him game plan and scheme, but they need a game plan and scheme on him understanding. You gotta, what is it, 12 or 13 man, or dare I say, 13 to 15 man roster for your NBA team, right? You can only suit up, I think, is it 10? I think it's 10 to 13 players can be suited. Ain't no way in hell you can go all year long playing 7 deep. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Your team up by 20 something. Dub said 12 act. Okay, 12. I couldn't remember. It's been a minute. But ain't no way in hell, bro. Like, you go all year long playing all 7, and then you might even drop it down to having a 6-man rotation in the playoffs. Like, bro, that is not a recipe for winning. That's a recipe for disaster. And Tom Thibodeau don't give a damn. His thing is run him into the ground, dig him up, and run him back in some more. I'm like, bro, this dude, man, crazy. But no, man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all pulling up. Like I said, man, videos to come, more lives to come. Just wanted to tap in with y'all, let y'all know we still alive, we still rocking, we still doing the basketball, we still got a channel. But hey, man, family first. Had to lock in, take care of responsibilities. Like I said, move from Cali back to Minnesota. Make sure the family, we locked in, we good. Make sure we getting comfortable, we comfy, doing everything we need to do. And hey, we right back at it, man. Right back at it. T said the Nick drives me crazy, man. Love-hate relationship. Bro, every Knicks fan I've ever met said the exact same thing, bro. They're like, man, it's a love-hate. They wanna love them, but then they hate it because they can see the writing on the wall of what's about to happen. That's the same thing I've been told every single time. And I mean, if I'm being honest with y'all, man, if y'all seen what's my man's name? Stephen A. Smith. I think that hairline went a few inches back, bro. Like hey, that man was on his high horse, and then as soon as this thing started happening, I ain't never seen nobody get so quiet and start saying he can't wait to go to another state and all this other stuff. Crazy. Dub said, at least I know the Hawks not going to do. Hey, but that's the thing, Dub. Like, you can't count them out because, like I said earlier, if you running Clint Capella, and shout out to my brother Derek for giving me that name because his name blanked on me. If you running him and Porzingis as your twin towers, you got obviously still you got Trey. I think they still got Small Bogdan, and then they got rid of Hunter, which I was disappointed in. But I think they have. I can't remember my other little light skinned cat. Can't remember his name, but hell of a defensive player, 3-and-D guy. There's a lot of room, some things that could happen in Atlanta, bro, that could make it a little bit more dangerous, man. T said Knicks for life. Knicks life for life. Yeah, bro. It's one of them things, man, where it's like, don't be surprised, bro. The East, again, injuries happen or they're part of the game. If it happens at the opportune time and your team gets hot, you never know, bro. You never know. Nobody saw that Pacers team doing what they did or becoming what they became. And with OKC, I think a lot of people was already hip to the point of what they getting out of them. So I think a lot of people was already aware of it. So I think we're gonna have to wait and see. I wouldn't count out any team at this point except for the Hornets. No disrespect to any Charlotte fans out there, but hey, man, we know what it is. We know exactly what we know what it is. I wouldn't even count the Pelicans out. Like every team right now looks a little bit more dangerous than they did. Who would have ever thought the Pistons would look dangerous? Yes, Pistons, bro. Um, it's just one of the things, bro. Like Charlotte, I think is the weak link right now in the league where people gonna look at that. That's gonna be the team. That's gonna be the blowout team you circle on your calendar. We're gonna beat them by 40. Everybody else, it's up. It's up. Like I don't see no other team. I don't see no other team where you look at it and you say this is gonna be an easy one. We're gonna go out here. We're gonna smack this team out. This is gonna be one of the ones. I don't see it. I hate to say it, and no disrespect to the Hornets, but that's the team that's still off. If anybody know you didn't never have somebody like, man, you want to earn a strike, I'm gonna go still off it. That's the person you still off because they ain't gonna do nothing. The Hornets is that team. Every other team, nah, bro. Especially in the West, I don't see one team. Let me take that back. Can I take it back? Should I take it back? Portland Trailblazers. They might get you for a game, but they still that team in the West that you can go ahead and slap out if you need to. But outside of that, yeah, the Blazers and the Hornets. Shout out to my Blazers fan. I got a ton of family in Portland. I got cousins right now that if they watching or see this, man, I'm gonna be getting a call or a text. Hey, hold on, man. What the heck? They gonna be on my helmet. But hey, man, it is what it is. We calling it down the middle. We calling it down the middle, bro. But again, man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all coming through. Y'all be on the lookout for videos to be dropping, more lives to be happening, and we gonna talk this good basketball, man. We're gonna bring basketball fans back to life. People that walked away from it, we're gonna bring them back to loving it. People that's tired of it, we're gonna give them something new to talk about, a new refreshing look on it, a new take, and we're gonna keep grinding and keep cooking, man. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all coming through, stopping through, showing your boys some love, man, and tapping in with the channel. With that said, we already know, man. We up out of here. Appreciate y'all. We gone, man. Till next time, y'all.